Hello everybody, welcome to K Bell's Spirit Show at Enlighten with Bell. I broke my bell, but it's still a bell without the handle. And I had said I was gonna eventually start collecting bells. So confirmation, but this, I still love it so much. I picked up like the biggest pieces and thought I could, have it super glued. But it's okay. It's like a little mat. My phones. I can't wait until I have like, better equipment. But yeah, it's a nice little decoration. So I hope that you all are doing well. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to do a collective reading. I pulled out this first, but I was going to start with an oracle card or two or three to see. That way y'all know right away if this reading's for you, so you can decide very quickly if you want to stick around or scram. So, I'm going to shuffle it because I don't remember if I did after I used it the last time. Or if I did shuffle it, how well. I hope you all are doing well. It's a pretty lovely day here in the Midwest. Saturday afternoon. Okay. So, I don't know what's going to come out. Being true. Very serious topic. One of my dear cousins, we were pretty close, especially at one point. She's not on earth anymore. I do think about her a lot. She had a tattoo that said "Stay True." I always loved it. I mean, I don't have any tattoos, but I have thought about, I love that phrase, "Stay true." So maybe the overall theme is about being true to oneself or another person, or being around people that are true to you. Did I just say the same thing twice? You being true to yourself. Oh, no, I didn't. Or you being true to another person, or, So it says, I am true to myself and others. That's good. I mean, this sounds like a very positive reading so far. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. So this is a reading for the real ones. The real ones. I have confidence in who I am. I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide anything or prove anything. This makes me think of my grandma Fleming. She was like the most humble. I feel really guilty if I say she was a badass, but literally my grandma was the most humble, kind-hearted. In her obituary, my cousin had wrote her cheeky sense of humor, but this woman volunteered everywhere. Thousands of dollars to her church, Meals on Wheels, volunteering at the hospital, worked for the VA in the kitchen. After she was a widow, she was married to a military man. But we were just over there, our father and uncle, they're remodeling her home, and it's just really, really sentimental. Lots of memories growing up there. Anyways, I thought of her when I, reading this. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. Maybe I'm sure you all have those special family members that you admire, just admire so much. Next, we have here and now. The future does not exist, and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. So these are real, like I said, this reading is for some real ones, some strong mofos, some strong, good-natured, powerful people. You don't care what people think about you. You're good. That's why you don't need to care, because you know that you're doing good. There's no guilt really for you to, that don't mean that you never make mistakes, but you live a moral life. I have confidence in life again because here now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. Okay, so maybe you've been through some stuff. You've been through some demons, like my grandma. I remember her telling me, like, when she knew Grandpa was, I never got to meet him. He was dead before I was born, but, you know, she told me, like, when she knew, like, he was going to be passing. They had 7 kids together. There had been 2 or 3 that had already moved on. They were adults, but it was still a lot of work for one woman to take on, but she did it. I never heard a real complaint out of that woman, but maybe she had to soak it all in and say, hey, I'm going to do this. And she did. Okay, this one here, guidance. See, I feel like you guys may have ancestors that are definitely watching over you, protecting you in times of, but it's like, you know, so according to the here and now, it's like, you don't mess around no more. You've battled your demons. You are a strong being. You do what you want, loud and proud. Guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light of my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my faith to God, and my faith is rewarded. So, beautiful energy. This is for a beautiful collective that is proud of who they are for good reasons. You don't mess around with people. You're not mean to people. Maybe, I mean, like I said, we all make mistakes. You've been through battles. Maybe part of that maybe part of the battle was you made mistakes. Battles can be a lot of things. Battles don't just mean people are doing you wrong. We can have trauma and go through battles where we are becoming someone that we don't like, regardless of the reason, regardless if it's because we were abused, regardless of whatever. We always have the choice to say, you know what? I'm so grumpy all the time and I treat people like shit. Well, guess what? No more. I'm going to face this trauma head on because I know that I want to define myself a different way. Bottom of this deck, what is this word? Affirmation. I love that red. That's so pretty. But it was in reverse, so let me read. I listen to myself. My dog's snoring a little bit. Or breathing a certain way. All right. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. So this is a confident collective. That might be in the title. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. So, I mean, I really don't, just the fact that it was in reverse, I don't know if that, I don't even feel like it means anything that it was in reverse. Maybe it's because any battle that comes your way, you ain't playing. Like, you know who you are. Like, even if reverse people, that's probably their energy, if anything. I'm just saying, this is a positive collective, strong. So let's see what the messages are. Maybe some of you just needed to be reminded that you're doing damn good and keep up the good work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what the tarot may see. I got some Mountain Dew. My sister and I went to Freddy's. I had the California cheeseburger. They put, I think it's like 1,000 Island, yeah, I think, dressing. They put a little bit much on it. Usually I like a lot of sauce, but it was a little like tangy. But if so far you have stuck around in this reading, if you feel like it's resonating, if you feel like, you've been through some battles, but now you are living the good life, it's a good life. Oh, I think this one wants to come out. Comment below. Say, hey, yeah, I've suffered through some of these battles, but now I'm living the dream, living the life. Tell me, or whatever you feel comfortable with. I really would love to hear some inspirational stories. That's part of why I have this channel. If you haven't seen me before, I am a bachelor. I have a bachelor's of arts in psychology. I have worked in the mental health field for about 10 years, and I have worked in the field of corrections, mostly integrating my mental health skills about 2 to 3 years. So I've worked with a variety of ages and genders. So I enjoy that. I like a variety, a various client base. Whoa. Okay, so we got 5 that came out. Let's see what we got here, and let's see what messages you may need to know today, other than you are an awesome contribution to society, but most importantly to yourself. Okay, I want to scoot up here. I can't see the cards as good. Let's just check bottom of deck. Oh, whoa, we have the devil. In the beginning, it was being true. Let me see what other cards are here. We have the star, which we know you're a star. We have judgment. I have a feeling, I don't know. There are wands, there are swords, coins. There are no cups. Hang on. We have 4 of swords. We have 9 of pentacles reverse. Okay, so and we have the 9 of pentacles, 10 of wands reverse. Okay, so I feel like I feel like someone's not being true to you. You are so good and kind-hearted, and you're bouncing around with your energy, and you're strong AF, and there's this person in your life, at least one person. I don't know if it's romantic, don't know if it's family, don't know if it's a coworker, a friend, or if it's just one person yet. But there's someone that has great potential to interfere with your energy. You're so strong, I don't think you're going to allow it, but it may be easier said than done, okay? Just, we can be as strong as we can be, but even the best fall down sometimes, right? I always say to my clients or even my friends, no one is exempt of falling prey. No one is exempt from addiction. No one is exempt from mistakes. No one is exempt. That doesn't mean, no one is exempt, but everyone has the capability to turn it around. It don't matter, it don't even matter, what the mistake is. It could be like you did something that is pretty bad. If you have awareness in your head and know and feel in your real heart that you did something bad, guess what? And I'm not talking organized religion, I'm talking spiritual. I think I'm actually I have an Instagram that I haven't done anything with, but I think I'm going to call it Spiritually Speaking. I like the name. It has a ring to it. But these topics, just spiritual topics, it's kind of like a spiritual versus society thing, kind of. I don't know. I still have a lot to think about and write down and brainstorm, because like I had said in one of my last videos, I don't always want to be ranting all over the place. I want to present as a public speaker would professionally. Okay. After all that being stated about strongly, we got to find out who this person is. This person is, you know, maybe, hold on. I am feeling with this I am getting the energy, maybe it is you being true to somebody because they really do need your help. I'm getting that energy, but but hold on, sorry. Hold up. We've got this here, so some of you all, your hands are tied. I'm getting two energies. I think that some of you have like a dark energy that has the potential to interfere with you. Not that you would let it get to a toxic level, but you're such a great person. You want to help people. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to help people. I feel like some of you, I remember in all readings, take what resonates, ignore the rest, or take it with a grain of salt. But remember, tarot is the current energy. It is not the end all be all. This can change. This can change in a spiritual sense, because right now this is the current reflection. It's not me telling the future. Sorry, my throat has been kind of, I think it's allergies, and also I've been sleeping kind of bad. Well, I've had a sleep disorder for a long time. It runs in the family. We have anxiety that runs in the family. I've done a lot of work on myself, and it's helping. I've learned a lot from really great mindset and manifestation coaches on YouTube. Like I've said it, I'll say it, and I'll say it. I have learned more from them, how to reprogram my brain and think positively, more than I've learned from any other therapist in the past 25 years, give or take. And that's nothing to bash therapists. I mean, hello, I'm in mental health, and I was inspired by my therapist when I was 16, and I was being helped with an eating disorder. But an eating disorder surface level is one thing. The deep core trauma that you're programmed with from childhood on, that's a whole other thing. And I've never had a therapist to even talk to me. Oh, well, my therapist would say, like, look in the mirror and tell myself I like myself, but we didn't go into the deep core of it, the importance of repetition. We never did any role playing. You know, I had the honor to teach some incarcerated individuals that suffer from addiction, teach and help them practice they call it replacement thinking versus the risky thinking. It's the same thing as manifesting. It's the same thing as reprogramming your mind so your world around you will change. I don't mean to get on rants again, but whatever I say on this channel, there are things that have changed my life in the most magical, wonderful way. So hell yeah, I'm going to offer that information. And, you know, I've had the unfortunate, what do I say? Situations, whatever. I've been around people in school and work who view me like I'm too much. And I don't really care anymore. But I still do have it a little in my brain where I feel like people are going to think this is too much. People aren't going to take me seriously. People are going to think I'm too animated. But it's who I am, and I'm not changing. I'm going to keep working on my brain to love myself the way I am. That's that. I'm not going back to that insecure girl oh my God, what if he doesn't like me? And hell no, that's living in the misery land. That's living in the mental prison, and I am so done with that. So even if I get on someone's nerves, like my sister, we're like best friends. Sometimes I get on her nerves, sometimes she gets on my nerves. But we always love to spend time with each other, and we accept each other. Okay, we're over 20 minutes now. Whew, back to the reading. But I really hope that you can take some of that. And I hope to draw in people that are working on themselves or who want to, or they haven't even started yet. But I can help, even if it's just with a little sprinkle. Help as part of their journey in their confidence and love for themselves, and be happy, and not to settle for a life where they are constantly worried about what other people think, constantly worried that they're not good enough, because that's just not true. It is just never true, unless you're doing evil things behind closed doors or in corporations, etc., etc., etc. Then, yeah, you should be talking down on yourself and hopefully be human enough to gain repentance. But, okay. I'm glad that I have this as an outlet, and I'm glad that I started my channel. Okay, 9 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Lying, malice, obstinacy. That's a word I do not use. Obstinate. Okay, envy. Okay, so carelessness. So there is definitely maybe some codependent energies going on here. I'm getting different energies. I'm getting codependent, but I'm also getting just you being a true helper, being true, because that was that first oracle card that came out. But affirmations, that last one, it did show in reverse. So you still have to kind of remember the work that you've done to become who you are. Remember the person you are, and to whatever the situation is, to handle it accordingly and appropriately. So if someone that you love is going through pain, yes, there is an appropriate way to be there and to support them as they learn to support themselves. Now, it depends on the issue. Like if there is a loved one in the hospital who had been in an accident, that is different versus someone that has a drug addiction or a mental health problem. Yes, being by their side could mean the world to them, but don't do everything for them. You can be by their side and metaphorically do everything for them while doing everything for them. Part of that is the encouragement for them to do certain things themselves as they're healing. I hope this is making sense. We have the Star, so I feel like that the outcome, I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify, certain cards or whatever, but I just feel like this is like, it's got the potential to come out lovely. Okay? Like healing is going to take place. We've got Judgment. So you are going to make the appropriate, I feel like you're confused right now, but you are going to make the appropriate judgment for this situation. We have the 4 of Swords. You've got to be thinking through this. You can't just be impulsive. You can't just be there if there's toxicity happening. If you're there, that doesn't mean you're there authentically. I hope that makes sense. And I'm saying that honestly because of a personal situation that I have viewed and been a kind of a part of. I just want to show this card again. You don't want someone to be so dependent on you that they think that they can get everything out of you, that they can manipulate you. Maybe there is a little bit of you where that's happening and you don't know really how to handle it. Because usually when we're in good energy, we attract good energy, but that doesn't mean every now and then or whatever, something like things are still going to happen. And it's up to us to decide how we're going to handle it. How are we going to handle it? No matter if it's a kid, like an adult kid, a spouse, how are you going to handle it? And however you're handling it, why are you handling it that way? Is it because it's easy or is it because it's right? That's not for all of you. Some of you are very much about praying and wanting to do the right thing. Some of you, though, are just slipping by, doing the easy thing. You think it's good enough to get by, but no, the true star is the true star. Exactly, basically what the oracle cards said in the beginning. So, yeah, we've got burdens, we got lies, we've got really lots of shit. Like this is a bad situation happening to a good a good person, a good collective with good energy. Bad faith, danger, wanting rewards without work. What did I just say? Are sliding by, some wanting to slide by, and some of these people, even if they're family, they're manipulating. Codependent energy, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm going to put the judgment up there because I want to clarify. I want to clarify some cards here. Let's clarify. Yeah, I do not know. Let's ask. Who is the collective? Who are they dealing with? Who's the collective dealing with? So I broke the card. So some of you are dealing with a family. Multiple people involved. We got the 3 of motherfucking cups. Then we've got the Emperor here, father energy. So this to me, family. This means family. This is a family situation. And those family and romance. Woo, I know. But y'all, the reading who's listening to this, have faith. 9 of Pentacles in reverse says bad faith. You don't want to be having the bad faith. You want to be getting the appropriate rest because there are people in this situation that are in a bad 4 of Swords energy. Like they're shutting out the world and you're letting it happen. Not you, but people are letting it happen because there's a lot of people involved in this situation. Tell me more, please, Spirit. I feel like my grandma is one of the people that guides me with my readings and just in general, and my dog. If you guys are pet people, you'll understand, but my dog, I have my 2 now. I didn't know if I would get one again because it broke my heart when I lost my Chihuahua named Bubbles. But I feel like she watches over me. I really, really do. Because I turned a lot of things around after losing her, it made me want to be a better person because when she was around, I was going through dark night of the soul times. Over a span of 10 years, 5 of those years I was engaged to someone that was not good for me or my child. And then after I left that, it's like I couldn't, even though I I sought out the mental health for my trauma. I couldn't find it. Like I think I saw maybe 3 or 4 therapists, and that one of them, this was one of them said, like, they weren't even sure what was wrong with me. Well, now, because I have spent about 3 years watching spiritual videos and mental health videos, I know that I suffer from CPTSD. Okay, if in 2014, the therapist that I had seen would have known that, and we could have done some deep trauma work, that would have been great, you know? But, so then 2019, I met someone terrible, and my self-worth was so low. It's a sad story, but it's over, you know? And it's over because I said it was over. Like the whole thing, everything. Because I understand the steps and the programming of my mind that got me to a point where I even entertained trying to help a guy with severe addictions attached to someone with such a sick mind. I prayed for that person. I have a lot of anger, yeah. I have a lot of anger towards, but I turn it into prayer. I do my best. And, I'm sharing this because if anyone is relating, I want them to know that there's hope and that you're not alone. There is hope and you're not alone. Exactly. There is powerful winning energy because we've also got this star. There are people who want to see you win. Okay? So this can all be okay. And it's always up to you in the end, You've got choices. Even if it seems scary. Or you rationalize, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing if I walk away. I'll quote Degrassi, the character of Paige Michael Chuck to Ellie Nash. She's about to stay with her college boyfriend. They're in college at this point, and he's done cheated on her, and she's staying with him. And Paige says to Ellie, Ellie says, when you're in a mature relationship, you don't just, walk away. And Paige comes back, as Paige's character does. If you know Degrassi, you know Paige. And she says, hon, sometimes walking away is the mature thing. Now, that don't mean just relationships. That means everyone. Yes, even family. I will emphasize that. You're being in pain right now. Sleepless nights over this circumstance that's happening in your life. You're not handling it. You're going through the motions. You're hurt. You need to meditate on it. It's up to you. I can say that so many times. You don't even know how to juggle this anymore. Chaos, imbalance, disorganized, overwhelmed. My goodness, this is like a queen type of energy in a hurtful circumstance. So what are you going to do? So this, I think it's family. It's family. That could be a husband, a father. It could be different people, an adult child. You know who it is. You know your situation. Okay, a card fell out. I may end the reading here on this last card. What did I just say? I said this, I know it might be a little blurry. I said a queen energy, no matter what your gender, in the very hurtful circumstances. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Undecided. Sorry. Four of Swords energy. You got to decide. You got to take